It is now 2018 and the year 2017 is over. So in this video, I'm going to be doing a year in review, reviewing my year of 2017. In the spring of 2017, I took two classes online through Vincennes University, and the first one was biology, and the second one was state and local government, and I completed both of those classes with good grades. In the beginning of 2017, I began attending church services on Sunday mornings, and I have been doing that ever since. I got the mount for the deer that I killed back in the hunting season of 2016 in Indiana, and I got that mount back, and it is hanging on the wall now, which looks really good. And that was my first deer that I ever mounted. I went to the Monster Jam at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana, and I do have a video on that. And I plan on going again this year, and that is a really cool experience, seeing monster trucks in person, jumping and doing flips and stuff. So go check out that video if you haven't seen it yet. In the spring of 2017, I killed my first turkey since my injury, and it was actually only my second turkey that I had ever killed, and it was a really good hunt, and I also have a video on that. I got a Logitech web camera, which is what I now record my videos with, and it is really good quality. In the spring of 2017, I also went on my first vacation since my injury, and I went down to Pigeon Forge or Gatlinburg area of Tennessee, and that was a lot of fun. I went fishing in a boat for the first time since my injury, and I had been fishing before that, just not in a boat since I had my injury. So that was really cool, and it felt very freeing to be out there on the water in a boat. I was still in my wheelchair, but it was, it felt freeing because I was actually on the boat just like everyone else would be, and it felt like I was actually a part of something and was able to do it just like anybody else. In the summer of 2017, I got an Evolve Easy Stand standing frame, and I have been standing in that every day, and I do have a video that I made about the health benefits of standing, and there is so many benefits of standing after a spinal cord injury. So if you haven't watched that video, or if you don't stand and you have a spinal cord injury, be sure to check out the video that I made about that, and you will probably want to stand. So be sure to watch the video if you haven't yet about the health benefits of standing after a spinal cord injury. I visited the Rehabilitation Hospital of Indiana, or RHI, which is where I did my rehab at, and I went there to visit a person that recently had a spinal cord injury and tried to help them out, just like I try to help out others with my videos. One of my friends that I went turkey hunting with, whenever I got the turkey in the spring of 2017, he actually made a turkey fan mount for me, and I got it back and it looks really cool. I had never actually seen one that was made the way he made it, so I thought that was pretty cool and unique. I won a scholarship for college. It had to do with spinal cord injuries, and I basically wrote a couple papers on what I do to help others with spinal cord injuries, and I won that scholarship, and I was really surprised, and I'm very thankful for that. Swope Law was the people that sponsored that scholarship, and I found it on spinalcord.com, so be sure to check out spinalcord.com, because I do make videos over there as well as articles on their website that I do not post here on my YouTube channel. I went to Camp Possibility for my second time and did a lot of things that I had never done, especially since my spinal cord injury, and a couple things that I had never actually done. And one of them was use a hand cycle. It's like a bicycle, but it's made for people who are paralyzed. I rode a horse for the first time, and I also convinced someone down from Florida that has a spinal cord injury like myself. He is a quadriplegic. He flew from Florida up to Indiana and actually attended Camp Possibility, and I was really glad that he did that, and he said that he had a really good time, and I think he might be going again this year. Also at Camp Possibility, I had the photographer Matthew Doubt Photography. He took a picture of me, which is actually my profile picture for YouTube and other social media, and he is a great guy, so I want to thank him for taking that picture. One of the unique things that happened in 2017 was the solar eclipse, but I really didn't get to see it very well. From where I was at, it was somewhat cloudy and it was about to rain, but we will have a complete solar eclipse where I live in a few years, so that should be pretty cool. I have a Permobil C300 power wheelchair, and I also have a Tylite Aero T manual wheelchair, and I did take off both seat belts, or well, I took off the seat belt of my manual chair and left the seat belt on my power chair, but I don't use either one of them because I find them a pain in the butt, especially every time you want to do a pressure relief. You have to basically undo it or loosen it, and I find myself doing more pressure reliefs, at least more often, because I do not have a seat belt to worry about. And luckily, I have never fell out of a wheelchair, but I'm sure my time is coming. Also in 2017, I went to the Love Shack that my friends and I built for the first time since my injury, and we used to go there all the time before my injury, so it was really good to go back, and it was almost like old times before my injury, so that was really cool. My parents bought new property, and that is really cool because we never had a lot of property before, but now we have property that we can pretty much do anything we want. We can hunt and shoot guns because where we live right now, it's in the town or city limits, and you are not allowed to shoot any guns, although you can hunt with a bow legally where we live in the city limits, but this allows us to hunt as well as, shoot guns. I went to an antique tractor show and I sold my four-wheeler that I had and loved whenever I was a kid, but can't really do much with it now. Although I did want to try and ride it before I sold it, because I wondered how that would work with being paralyzed. So if you are paralyzed and you drive four-wheelers or something like that, let me know any adaptations that you have made down in the comments below. I found out that cutting boards are really handy for people in wheelchairs because you can put it on your lap and put stuff on it to carry it around, like from one room to the other, and unlike whenever you don't have the cutting board on your lap, your legs are like this and you have a gap there and stuff falls off, then you have to bend down and pick it up. A cutting board is actually really handy. I became an ambassador for the Will Power wheelchair, and that wheelchair is pretty unique and modern looking. So I do have pictures of it on my other social media, which links are in the description of this video, but I will be making a video on this YouTube channel about that wheelchair here in the next week. I also tried out the Super Stand power wheelchair made by the Standing Wheelchair Company, and I do have a video on that, and that wheelchair is awesome. They make 3 different kinds of standing wheelchairs, and once again, that company is the Standing Wheelchair Company, and they are out of Michigan. As far as hunting goes, 2017 was unsuccessful for me at bow hunting. The first day that I went out with my crossbow, I shot a deer and the bow pretty much blew up, broke the limbs as well as the string, and the deer just ran off. So that was unsuccessful because I was hoping to at least get kill one deer with my bow, because I have never killed a deer with a bow and arrow before. So bow hunting for me was unsuccessful, but I did go on a couple of hunts. One of the hunts was at the Crane Naval Base, and it was a disabled hunt. And I also went to the Big Oaks National Wildlife Refuge and hunted there, and that was pretty cool. However, now that the deer season is over, I did end up killing 2 does. I got new armrests for my Permobil C300 power wheelchair, and I also got attachments such as a drink holder and a bag for my Tylite Aero-T manual wheelchair. And lastly, for the fall of 2017 college semester, I took quantitative reasoning and introduction to ethics online, and I finished both classes with an A, so that finishes up my general studies. Alright, so that is my year in review of 2017. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys did in the year of 2017 and if you accomplished any of the goals you set. And I'm looking forward to seeing what all you guys did last year.